This case is about more than Tracy Allen. It's about sending a message that violence against innocent citizens must stop. Police officers, they are entrusted with enormous power. And that power comes with responsibility. When that responsibility is abused, the courts are the proper place to ensure that accountability. Ms. Allen, she sits here today, she's a survivor. She's strong, she's courageous, she's a mother of 5. She's standing up for herself, she's standing up for her children, and for every person who believes that their life should not depend on a split-second decision made without justification. And we look forward to presenting our case in court. I want to give Ms. Allen an opportunity to describe how she felt that day. She'll touch a little bit on what happened to her, but mostly on how she felt that day during that encounter with the police officer. Let's screw up a little. Ms. Allen, take your time. I know it's going to be hard. Tell the press where you were going that day and how you felt when you initially were pulled over by an officer.
I was going home. I was leaving Walmart.
You get some things for your children, right?
Yes.
Okay, you grab some Halloween?
Costume.
Okay.
On my way back home.
Okay.
I got too much hair though.
I got pulled over. As I was getting pulled over, I asked God to protect me about getting pulled over.
You felt something wasn't right initially?
Correct.
Okay. All right. And then how'd you feel during that comment when the officer walked up?
I didn't even understand why I was getting pulled over. So he explained it why, and I disagreed.
Okay. And at some point, the officer escalated, right?
Correct.
He pulled out a firearm.
No.
You wanna do it tomorrow?
Not at that point. He asked me for my license and registration and proof of insurance. I gave it to him. My insurance was on my phone. I guess I was moving too slow for him.
Okay.
So he began to try to argue with me. We went back and forth. And I asked for a supervisor several times. He didn't give it to me, so I dialed 911. I told the operator that I feared for my life and asked her to stay on the phone with me. After that, he called for backup. The backup officer pulled up and pepper sprayed me. At that point, I was already outnumbered. So, pull my vehicle and drive. And I pulled over.
And that's always the officer, correct?
No.
Okay. And then at some point, talk about when the officer opened fire.
Why you ain't
I
coming?
was on,
What were you doing?
I was on my way to the police,
Okay.
and they blocked me in. Once they blocked me in, first he was in front of my car, and he ordered me to get out. He had already had his gun out, so I thought I was gonna get shot in my head. So he moved from the front to the side. As he moved to the side, he asked me to get out the car twice. I shook my head no.
Shut up, Anthony.
And that's the point of the firearm, baby.
Yeah,
You better not be firing.
that's when he began to shoot my truck up. As he shot my truck up, I pulled off. I didn't know I was hit until I got to the light. After I got to the light, I kept going until I made it to the police station. I told them that he shot me.
Okay. How'd you feel?
Thought I was gonna die.
Any questions?
First off, we sorry this happened to you, Tracy. As you look back at the situation, first, how long were you in the hospital for, and what's going through your mind as you're in the hospital, suffering from these gunshot wounds and still in police custody? Because they took you from there to the DDC, correct? Walk me through that.
I don't know
Well,
about that.
after I refused to talk to the investigators, they took the phones and told me I couldn't talk to anybody. So after that, the police fell outside the doors until I guess the blood had stopped. And then after that, I went to jail. I didn't
Things
get
are coming out.
no reason why I was going to jail. All I knew I was
You
going
wanna
to
know
jail.
something that's crazy?
Shut up, boy.
I asked the officer, and he told me, the two officers that was in front of the door, I asked them what I was going to jail for, and they said they couldn't tell me, they would plead to the case. So, basically, I was just going to jail because I was going too slow to give him my insurance. That's all I knew that I was going to jail for.
And as you're in the hospital, what's running through your mind? You said they took your phone. Have you been able to get in contact with kids, family?
No, nobody knew I was shot.
How frustrating was it when you heard the narrative in the beginning of what happened, and you're probably thinking that's not what happened, you know? How frustrating was that?
I didn't know what happened until I got to the jail, and the officers told me that, the officer was hanging from my truck. And I said, no, he wasn't. That never happened. And they told me I have my day in court.
When you were first pulled over, what gave you the indication that it could be kind of a dangerous situation?
When he told me, about my plate,
Was it the officer's demeanor?
yeah.
Okay. What you leave it there?
Did the chief of police reach out to you when you finally saw the video, or?
No.
The chief, he said that he was initially told some preliminary information about what happened, and then he later came out and said the body worn camera footage of the incident was in stark contrast to what he was told happened. And he even, I can't remember what he said verbatim, but had like a message for you and said like, listen, we're getting her out of DDC, charges against her gonna be dropped. Do you think the chief deserves any credit for how he came out and tried to clear up the situation that happened that day?
Yeah. I'm actually glad that he stood on business, but, that still doesn't justify me getting shot.
How are you doing today with being shot 6 times? How are you doing?
Right, I would be lying if I told you I was okay. Mentally, I'm not. Physically, I'm not.
How are your kids doing? How do you explain that to them?
I haven't explained it to him.
Do they know what happened?
No.
What's your recovery been like? I mean, like looking at you, you look. No one would probably imagine that you've been shot 6 times and what have. Walk me through what your recovery has been like, Tracy.
It hasn't been great. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's nerve damage. I got permanent marks that's never gonna go away. On my arms and my legs, both arms. So it's not something that you can just roll.
You lost feeling in your hands, correct?
Yeah, it's like right now, my hand is cold and my other hand is not.
Where were you shot? Was it your arms and your legs?
Yeah.
When you initially drove to the precinct after the shooting, when you arrived, what was their demeanor like? Were they more accepting? Were they quick to offer you medical care?
When I got there, their guns was out on me, all of them. And I told them I was shot. That's when they got to surrendering first aid and cutting my jacket and stuff off.
From the time that you arrived to when they gave you the aid, do you know about how long that might have taken? I know it's probably pretty hard to guess times.
Well, once I told them that I was shot, that's when they surrendered first aid. Well, the lady officer surrendered first aid.
So when you drove up to them, they already had their guns drawn?
Yeah.
Those
Because,
officers were watching, what did you say to them?
I'm
If they're
sorry.
watching this right now, or you were, what would you say to them?
I don't have anything to say to them at all. I mean, I basically.
Everything's said in the lawsuit. Lawsuit's filed. They're gonna be served as offer service with our process server. The city's gonna be served. I expect sometime in the next few days. The officer's gonna be served as well. So the lawsuit, the complaint speaks for itself. She'll have her day in court.
It's listed as the difference, the officer and the.
And Officer Zachary Melvin, I'll give you a copy of the complaint if you need it.
He's the only officer that fired the shots.
Yes, as far as my knowledge. The city hasn't released any body cam footage that I'm aware.
I was gonna say, do you know,
We filed a FOIA request, and it's been extended, and we haven't heard anything. So now we'll move to the discovery process during the lawsuit.
have you been in contact with the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office and what they're doing on this case?
I have not. I would urge them to file criminal charges against the officer.
Have you heard anything about any internal investigation, in DPD or how they might be handling this if they are reviewing the incident?
I have not. We've sent letters. Like I said, we filed our FOIA request. We notified them that she's represented by counsel. She's been represented for some time since this incident, and it's been crickets. They were pretty silent about even naming the officer who committed this heinous act against my client. The silence is deafening.
Did you just wait to file it now, just time to gather everything?
We were gathering information.
Where did you get the number from? That was 25 million?
25 million, my client is going to be affected by this for the rest of her life. She's potentially looking at surgery. She has children that she's not able to provide for. She's in therapy. 25 million sends a message to the city. It sends a message to the police department and police departments across this country that this is not going to be stood for. You will be held accountable one way or another.
Since the incident till now, has the officer been disciplined in any way?
I don't know. That's something I would like to know.
So just to be clear, they've given basically no communication.
No communication. We've heard nothing at all.
A part of the information that you're trying to get on the officer, is there like a history of him responding in similar ways or other incidents that?
I don't know. I'm going to get that information during the discovery process as the case proceeds. I'm going to get his entire history, his entire officer file, and we're going to see if he's been involved in any type of incidents. It was hard enough getting his name in order to file the lawsuit.
This is a federal case?
It's a federal case, yes. All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.